Hello, and welcome back to TeamRegulars review of BlackboxTV. Today we are reviewing the second to last episode of the Silverwood series, Unknown Caller.
This episode stars Bree Estrate, Spencer Garrett, and Justin Giddings.
If you haven't seen this episode yet, what are you doing? This review's going to have spoilers. Go see it.
I'm so glad that Tony directed this episode because I think that Tony always does an amazing job. Almost anybody can relate to the episode in almost any way, shape, or form.
This episode was pretty good by my standards. Not the best of the Silverwood series, but better than some, and got better by the ending.
Overall, I think the episode was really good. I think the acting was awesome. Bree did an amazing job. The entire time I was watching the episode, I didn't think of, oh hey, I'm watching Bree playing Alex. The entire time I was like, oh, I'm watching Alex. Bree isn't even in there.
Now, to be honest, I really don't think that Bree could pass as a teenager. I mean, come on. She seriously looks like she's in her mid to late 20s. I think that's stretching it to be a high school student.
The father, he was very convincing. You could even see in his eyes a little bit of a remorse when he was playing with the wedding ring. I do love the kind of hidden behind the scenes, watching you style of shots. I thought that was clever.
And with the shots that they were doing, I thought it was going to be another one of those like slasher type things or something where somebody breaks in and kills her and blah blah blah.
I made a connection that the episode before this and this episode both involved children. So my guess for the next episode is it will have another child as its main character.
That in the first few opening scenes, when you first see Bree's statue and it says Under the Stars, I thought that was a nice little touch that showed you that deep down Bree had this amazing connection with her mother and that they were still close.
This episode also had some really classic BBTV music. We had the epilogues as the feature song, and just the other background music seemed very reminiscent of earlier episodes.
I have to say also in this scene, once we flash back to later on, I love the music transition there because it played really well for the pacing and it was settled enough that it didn't overpower the scene, but it really played well for the theme in this episode.
I thought the ending was really good. Not very predictable, and I thought the ending lines that the father had were really well written, and it sounded like someone who had just killed their wife. It sounds like that's how they would justify it.
And I noticed no DLC, and I was like, oh no. I have so many questions, but I don't know how to actually phrase them, and I hope the DLC would have answered them. Maybe it's just my expectations are Tony makes video, Tony gives us hint towards what the entire series is about.
It all tied together really well at the end of the episode, and it was just a really well put together episode, and it all just worked really well. Anyway, that is my review. Don't forget to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe to both TeamRegulars and BlackboxTV. See you next time.